Hi, I'm Andy Temte, and welcome to the Saturday Morning Muse. Start your weekend with musings that are designed to support your journey of personal and professional continuous improvement and to improve financial literacy around the world. Today is March the 29th, 2025. So, it's time to take a pause. It's time to take a beat and recap our financial literacy journey during the first quarter of this year. What follows is a brief synopsis of the topics that we've covered thus far. So here we go. We started the year off with a multi-part series of episodes that asked listeners, you, to think about what success means to them. The main point of that series was to recognize that you're a one-size-fits-you human being and to recommend that we avoid the trap of adopting someone else's version of success. Societal expectations and peer pressure can be very powerful and lead us astray and take us down roads that we really don't want to be walking. We also talked about the courage that it takes to write and live your own authentic story, to be true to yourself, to live your purpose, and to adopt an agile growth mindset. To recognize that our minds are filled with bias and we must be willing and able to challenge the biases that constrain us and lead us to make suboptimal decisions. We completed our discussion about success with a list of ingredients to success, the traits, skills, and attitudes that most successful people share, irrespective of how success is defined. In addition to courage, those skills and traits included grit, determination, persistence, perseverance, drive, resilience, grace, lifelong learning, curiosity, communication, just plain old showing up, and financial literacy. It's this last item, financial literacy, where we'll be focusing most of our attention for the foreseeable future. Why are we doing that? Well, successful people know the value of money and they understand that it is a tool to help them achieve their goals. They understand the concept of living within their means. They know when to spend and when to save. They understand the strategic use of debt and leverage. They're comfortable with the risks that they're taking and the long-term benefits of building equity or an ownership stake in something, a house, a business, or something that they own. Note what I didn't say. I didn't say that you have to be a financial expert to be successful, but you do need to be financially literate and savvy. This then led us to the question, can you be successful without being financially literate? And the answer was a resounding, well, maybe, but highly unlikely. Why was that the answer? Well, you are the product of your upbringing and environment, plus the stack of decisions that you've made, and then your actions based on those decisions. Successful people make more magnitude-weighted good decisions than bad. Since many of the most consequential decisions in your life are financial or have financial aspects to them, meaning housing, education, food, clothing, retirement, heck, just about everything, then financial literacy, or the lack thereof, is a key determinant of whether you will end up making more magnitude-weighted good decisions than bad. This then led us to explore the concept of value analysis and its impact on improving decision-making. I asked the question, why does understanding the concept of value and value addition matter to building financial literacy? Well, from our February 22nd Muse, as humans, we tend to not put enough thought into the worth or value we assign to the products and services we purchase. We will make better decisions on what we purchase with our hard-earned money if we take a bit more time to consider how we place value on the things that we buy. The interesting thing about finance and financial literacy is that it is equal parts objective evaluation of our financial position and our behavioral perspectives about our personal economy. How we feel about money, investing, and consumption is as important as the numerical or analytical side of working with our finances. And it's this last bit that's key. There's a common misperception that financial literacy is all about math and numbers. While mathematical literacy is a critical component of financial literacy, how we process our feelings toward money and understanding how a laundry list of subconscious or cognitive biases can lead us to make poor financial decisions, well, that is of equal or more importance than the numbers. 2 weeks ago, I introduced listeners to the founders of the behavioral finance movement, and one of those founders is Richard Thaler. He has this famous quote that sums it up best. He says, "People often make poor choices and look back at them with bafflement. We do this because as human beings, we are susceptible to a wide array of routine biases that can lead to an equally wide array of embarrassing blunders in education, personal finance, healthcare, mortgages and credit cards, happiness, and even our treatment of the planet itself." End quote. While there is an incredibly long list of potential biases an individual can suffer from, I'm recommending that listeners focus on the primary culprits that lead to poor financial decision-making. And those culprits are confirmation bias, decision fatigue, the disposition effect, the messenger effect, optimism bias, the sunk cost fallacy, loss aversion, anchoring bias, herd mentality, overconfidence bias, choice paralysis, and finally, the endowment effect. We wrapped up our Q1 lessons with a discussion of how to alter consumption behavior by more carefully scrutinizing the difference between needs, wants, and impulse purchases. We pee a lot of money down the drain because we don't evaluate our spending habits on a routine basis with an eye toward reducing impulse buying and ensuring that what we are buying is adding value to our lives. So there you have it. That's our recap of Q1. Next week, we're going to begin talking about risk and risk aversion. Again, if you're just joining us on this journey to building financial literacy and personal success, I recommend that you go back to the episode that starts on January 4th and march your way through the lessons up to this point. Until then, I wish you grace, dignity, and compassion. This is the Saturday Morning Muse. I'm Andy Temte. You can find the show on all the major streaming services as well as out on YouTube for the video version. Please like, subscribe, rate, and most importantly, share this public good with your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, and also maybe your family members. The show is produced by Nicholas Temte. We'll see you next time on the Saturday Morning Muse.